Well, Lee, to answer those Sunderland fans that were abusing us after the game, what kind of rubbish are you going to write on Monday night? The answer is, I thought Sunderland deserved to win, and I've got to say I was very disappointed with Newcastle United. Funny enough, neutrals like Jess Reeves from Sky said Newcastle did okay. I thought they were very poor on Saturday.
Well, for all that, I still think that they gave themselves a chance to get something out of the game. I mean, obviously they went that goal behind, and Shola got the equaliser, which I think was fair balance of play at that time. And then after getting back into it, I just thought they didn't start the second half.
No.
They didn't build on it, having given themselves a chance to do it. I think Amiobi missed a total sitter when Martin slipped him in and he scooped it into the crowd after doing the hard work. And I think once that went, I think a little bit of the belief went. I don't think the manager got his tactics right in terms of Nicky Butt was clearly struggling with an injury. He shouldn't have been on the pitch if he was injured, and he was left flat-footed a few times. There was a few players flew past him, and while I like Jeremy in some ways, I think he's a low-energy player. He's almost like a bit like David Beckham in that way. Obviously not as good as Beckham, but he's effective in that way. And I think that it was more of a sort of a running game. I think the sort of running men like Gutierrez, we don't know how fit he is, but someone to run at them. I think Nzogbia maybe should have been on at some point. Yeah. And if you were going to use Barton, then I would have used Barton, long before he did, because I think give him another. I think I said on the way out, I said if he'd had another 10 minutes, I think Barton was just so fired up, and just time beat him in the end.
Yeah, I agree. Charles should have been on. Joe Kinnear doesn't seem to like Charles. I know defensively Charles is very poor at times, but I thought he should have been on on the left wing, maybe stuff on the right instead of Jerry. But all in all, it was a bad day from Newcastle. All around, you look at Niall Quinn, the way he's run the football club, the way that Roy Keane's managing the football club, and at this moment in time Newcastle haven't got that. And I think it's been a terrible weekend for Newcastle because of what happened on Saturday, and then the Tottenham Hotspur, they've obviously sorted themselves out, and I just cannot see how things are going to get any better for Newcastle. But sticking on Saturday, I've never known as much hatred in a football stadium as I experienced on Saturday. And I mean, that fan, one of the fans that abused me, had his 6-year-old son with him, and he's got every right to say, "Dad, why are you abusing that man you don't know? You've never met him." And it's obviously that's going to be his legacy to his son, a hatred of Newcastle United, and I just don't think there's any answer to it, Lee.
Well, I think the whole day in total, I mean, for Sunderland, I mean, yes, they won, they were desperate to win, and as you say, maybe they deserve to win, but I think Sunderland Football Club really do have to look at themselves after this game, because the scenes at the end shouldn't have happened.
Business with Shea as well.
Shea giving early getting attacked, and Joey Barton for having the audacity to warm up as a substitute and being told to move. The stewards shouldn't be moving Joey Barton. They should be moving the fans back. The stewards shouldn't even be watching what's on the pitch. Their job is to watch the crowd, and unfortunately there was far too many stewards smiling and celebrating along with the victory come the end. And I know probably to Sunderland fans it will sound like sour grapes, but Sunderland Football Club failed in terms of security and looking after people at the weekend. Both sets of fans were at risk, especially the youngsters, when everyone started filing forward at the end. And it's not the first time it's happened at Sunderland, obviously. I mean, I certainly remember one of the first games I covered for the Chronicle. I got sent to Sunderland, and I believe one of the fans ran on the pitch and had a go at the wrong goalkeeper, and Kelvin Davis. And when you look at the Stadium of Light as well, I mean the England-Turkey game, those fans run on the pitch there. It's just far too easy for fans to get on the pitch at the Stadium of Light, and it's got to be addressed. And it even spilled over into the press box, as was said. And it wasn't just yourself, was it? It was obviously Malcolm McDonald.
McDonald was attacked, yeah.
And I think by all means enjoy the result, but when it gets a bit leery like that, then there's no room for it in football, and the football club need to have a long look at that, I think, and hopefully the FA will act to make sure that people don't get hurt in the future, because if it goes on like that, then what's it going to take? Somebody to get killed,